Also, I would like to point out we could start this scene.
We could
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, let's get on with that now, shall we?
Yeah.
So, Larry, because you're last, I'm going to say that you are responsible for.
I am completely fine.
Okay.
Okay, so give me a sec to actually remember what happened last time.
It wasn't much.
Yes, I remember, yes. So, how is it you normally say it, Spencer? Yes, last time on Quarrels of Quadruin, the party, oh my god, I'm trying to remember where the last session started and the previous one, and the one before ended. Was it after the shark fight?
Not shark pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah.
And then I remember
had
the
another-
temple stuff, and I'm trying to remember what happened just before that. It was
You
The
kind
stuff
of
before the-
weren't there for that at first.
that'll be why I don't remember it. Oh yes, I came in the middle of a fight, and it was against some fish people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Sahuagin.
Yes, that was it. So I'm unaware of how that fight started, but
They
I can
just
fill
they
in
just
on the
kind
rest of
of
it.
they just kind of decided to climb onto the boat.
Oh, were they pirates then?
No,
Okay.
they were
general
Territorial invaders.
Yep. Who?
Okay, so basically, uh, um, our party accidentally, unknowingly trespassed into forbidden waters. We'll describe them as.
Yeah.
Proceeded to be attacked for said trespassing by fish people and some form of goddess or spirit. Not goddess,
Priestess.
but there was like a main priestess. That's the word. After surviving this, we rested for a while before we started to approach an island. And as we approached it, the waters opened up, and a weird watery figure who was basically just made entirely of water, apart from armor made of a kind of a coral-like stone, emerged and threatened us a bit. After kind of attempting to prove that we were, good people, they took us into the temple where we were tested basically to prove how good we were by having our minds and pasts read. Had some relatively intense moments. I remember Kai was shocked by the lack of horse, mentioning in his background specifically. A lot of personal stories shared.
I think I scared the priestess too much to talk about the horses.
The hatred is
shit,
too
I
strong.
better not bring this up.
So we were eventually judged to be fine, good, in fact, and the session ended there.
Yep, you literally just entered the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where this next session begins.
Oh boy.
Okay, then.
You walk into the temple, guided by the priest who met you at the entrance, who has introduced her name as Delphi. She brings you through a very clean-looking marble temple with it's pretty much open on all sides, looking very similar to similar to the temple in Athens. I can't remember the name of it. Not the Pantheon. I don't know. George, help me out here. You know Greece better than I do.
Wait, which pantheon is it?
The Acropolis. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Acropolis. It's shaped that way, just several pillars on each side. There's a very... It's generally quite a lot of like ancient Athenian architecture in terms of style. And the place is filled with quite a few Triton here. There are some benches. You do see a handful of a handful of non-Triton people, but they are few and far between. They're people who have traveled on various pilgrimages. Usually, when people come to the Temple of Coralie, as you remember, Kai, from reading in the books you studied, it's either to guarantee safe passage on the sea, or hopes of finding in hopes of finding love sooner rather than later.
Right, yeah.
One of them is just finishing up a conversation with what appears to be the head priest, another Triton, this one looking far older than Delphi, male, who sees you coming forward, and seeing that Delphi is with you, he takes you in quite warmly, because he knows that if Delphi has tested you, then he believes that you can be trusted.
Okay.
And he says, "Welcome, travelers, to the Temple of Delphi. How may I be of service?"
Yeah, hello. We heard that that some big orc pirate named Dragog had ransacked this place a while back, and I was hoping we could figure out where he went.
As you mentioned that, his warm expression cools slightly, and you can see there's a bit of pain in his expression. Yes, it is true that not many people know about this, but the fact that word got out at all is already concerning.
Why did we actually hear about this?
We heard about it from the Winterfall.
Yeah, one of the mercenaries that Gadrin spoke to
Right, yeah.
told him about that.
Okay.
Yes, still, I judging by your expression, I take it you know of this Dragok. You said his name was.
Yeah, Gadrin nod. Yeah, Gadrin nods gravely and just says,
Let's just say he and I have some unfinished business.
Yes, well, I will not ask too many questions. But, yes, it is true. We do not know how, but somehow Dragok found their way into the temple and managed to steal the artifact that we have been guarding for millennia.
And this artifact is?
I'm afraid I do not have the right to tell you myself. But you are the ones who plan to stop this Dragok, and
Indeed, I believe in order to stop him as best we can, we will have to know what we're up against. If he is able to draw on the power of this artifact, which I presume he can.
yes, well, this is the type of artifact where anyone can find some power, but given how he acted when he first arrived here, I imagine he would not be able to bring out the true strength of it. But there seemed to be an implication that he is not the planned wielder in whatever he is up to.
Kyle just kind of nod at that.
yeah,
In thought still.
Gadrin
You mean
crosses,
he's a mercenary for someone else?
Gadrin crosses his arms and just scoffs.
Dragok playing lapdog for someone else.
He just quietly nods his head and goes, "Well, if Delphi trusts you, then I see no reason why you cannot learn this truth. Besides, I can tell from the looks of you that you have fought many, many great dangers."
Yeah, Gadrin nods.
I would just point to the many scars still on his neck. You could say that.
He goes, well, in that case, Delphi, take over for me here. I must bring them to the cliffside. And he beckons you to follow him.
Yeah, same.
Okay. He brings you to a sort of side entrance that leads to the opposite sides of the temple, right on the very edge of the cliffs. And that's where, he reaches into his robes, into a few pockets on the inside, and brings out 4 fairly large vials. Please, take 1 for each of you.
Gadrin grabs his and sort of looks it up and down. Do I drink? Do I drink
Kai's
this?
probably doing something similar.
Yes, I should explain. These are potions of water breathing. I must ask you, in order to preserve the safety of everyone in this temple, not to tell anyone what I have told you. But can you keep a secret?
Gadrin
Yes.
nods.
Yeah, Kai nods as well. And
Yeah.
with just with kind of a sidelong glance at Nor. We've been keeping a few.
And just kind of like under his breath, Nor just kind of goes, "Some better than others."
Okay, and he nods and goes, well, truth be told, the temple that you just came through, that is merely a link for most surface dwellers. We, the true Temple of Coralie, her being a goddess of water and the ocean, it is actually found near the bottom of the sea, just past this cliff.
Makes sense, I suppose.
It is quite far down, but these are specially crafted potions. They should last for as long as required while you are in the temple. Once you visit it and come back up, they will wear off, but until then you can stay as long as you wish.
Huh.
Once you are down there, you'll meet a few of our other priests and the main guardian of the temple. And he will be able to give you more details.
Well, let's head down there then. And Gadrin will pop his potion.
Yeah, Kai will do something similar.
Nor kind of nudged Lowry. Don't you have that thing still from way back when that's supposed to help with this?
Thing?
Yeah, remember
What
that
thing?
back when when Protavis was still with us, when we got all those strange items, didn't you have something that was supposed to help you breathe in water?
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. And she'll
Nice.
kind of like it might be on one of my bags on the ship. Oh my god. That might be really useful. Thank you for reminding me about that. Is the ship close enough that she can go back and see if she can find it?
Unfortunately, at this point, not really.
Ah.
It's in a bit of an awkward spot.
Don't worry. I'm sure Gantron will give you a lift down the hill.
I think it's more up the hill that some people struggle
Down
with.
sounds even worse than up.
As I'm talking about this,
You can see the head priest is like, and here I thought the ocean was salty enough.
Gadget. As they're talking, Gadget is sort of walking over to the precipice, ready to dive.
All right.
Oh,
Just
bottoms
remember,
up.
the Guardian is not quite as open to secrets as I am. He may try to test you in some ways.
Yeah,
Of all the followers of Gorari, he is the most loyal.
Gadrin smiles.
This it kind of like glance over uneasily. This test it won't involve combat, right?
Oh, I hope it does.
He, the priest kind of shrugs. That is his decision, not mine.
Yeah, Gadrin just gives a thumbs up to the rest of the party. Don't worry, it'll be great. And then
Gadron, I think fighting in the water is going to be distinctly different from
as he's
usual
speaking,
fighting.
Gadrin's gonna dive over.
Oh my god.
Gadron. I suppose we should hurry and stop him before he does something we'll regret. And with that, Nor will kind of down his potion and dive in after him.
Yeah, Kyle will do so as well.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask everyone to roll either athletics or acrobatics. Your choice.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think I realized it's just the archetype of rogue that's cursed.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
Immediate cramps.
Oh no!
Oh,
Lowry, what the fuck did you just roll?
Lowry, that's
Not, I don't.
no, that was that was still a D20, I think.
No,
I'm
I
not
did.
sure.
I accidentally did question mark 4 instead.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
I see.
4.
Yeah, it's a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
confused.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to let that re-roll.
There
Okay.
we go.
So Nor, you end up getting your legs a little weirdly shaped because you've never had to dive like this before. Lowry, you're just about fine. You're a little shocked by the sudden impact of the water, but it doesn't do anything major. Kai, you've done this sort of acrobatics before. You have, as part of theatre, you've what's the word?
Dove.
You've dove into bodies of water before, when you played that one turtle character, because that was a play written back when people believed that turtles were like turtles and they always swam in
yeah.
water, which is not the case, as Franklin will remind you willingly if you ask him. Gadrin, you're used to swimming. This is easy for you. You've done worse. You once dove from the top of the crow's nest just to see if you could. This is only slightly higher, but you're also slightly taller and stronger than you were when you first tried it. So this is a cinch for you. So just whoop. Like despite the fact that you're wearing heavy armor, there's barely a splash. Yeah. And as you do that, you guys hesitantly take a breath in, and sure enough, you're breathing just as you would on land. Only now, you're floating.
Ah, see? Nothing to worry about.
Well, I'm not exactly floating considering my getup.
Yeah, no, you're saying nothing to worry about as slowly but surely you're sinking towards the bottom.
Yeah, that's why he did so well. He didn't actually have to swim. He's just sinking.
It's like when you put on the iron boots in Zelda.
Yep.
Just whoop, 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 whoop.
Still, I would prefer not to fight anything that's used to this environment.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
As you have to start speaking louder and louder as you're slowly sinking further away. The others might want to start swimming if they want to keep up with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys swim down to the bottom. Just surprisingly enough, it doesn't get all that dark as you swim down, although it does start getting quite a bit colder.
Okay.
But there's a sort of secondary effect of these potions that allow you to withstand the lower temperatures. So it's a little chilly, but you're all handling it fine.
Yeah, it reminds me of the ocean winds.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Texture's different, but it's a similar sort of temperature. And as you swim down, the light goes from the bright yellow from the sun to various shades of green, blue, and red. As the further down you go, the more the various algae and coral all begin to glow. And you can see dozens of different types of fish swimming around you that seem to just sort of look at you as you swim further and further down.
Gadrin's tempted to reach out and grab one, but thinks better of it.
I just kind of point out, Isn't it a statement on our travels that this isn't even the most outlandish place we've ever seen?
Pretty sure bring out the illogical place again.
Yeah, you swim down, and slowly but surely you notice that there are more creatures that seem to be showing up. There's a couple of dolphins that start swimming around you guys and just poking you a little bit, just curiously.
Oh.
There's Nor, you end up finding yourself face to face with an orca that just kind of looks at you. It just stares at you for a little bit.
I'll give it a petrified stare back. I'm pretty sure I've never seen an orca. I just see...
roll for nature.
Alright, let me see.
Which is based on intelligence, so I know that's a weak point. So it's entirely possible you have not seen them.
Apparently I have a higher chance of seeing an orca than I have swimming.
Okay, well, you've seen like pictures of this, and you're aware that to humans, or humanoids at least, they're not all that harmful. They're basically just very big dolphins that eat a lot of things, but not humans. As long as they don't mistake you for a seal. You can't. Speaking of mistaking people for seals, you can see just about in the distance there's a shark. There's a great white shark swimming around, but it seems to like purposely be keeping away.
I would like to try to swim down faster.
Okay.
I do not want to.
You guys continue swimming, and eventually, in a place that's absolutely. That is lit up incredibly well from all the different coloured sea life. At the bottom, a bit of a sandy trench, is another temple. This one being made of more traditional stone, various seaweed and moss growing out of the edges. There's a few tiny crevices that a few creatures swim in and out of. There's a few. You notice a handful of creatures. Some creatures that look like humanoid women that are sort of brushing their hair underwater, and they look up to see you. And some of you recognize these creatures as Nereids, sea nymphs. They look at you with quite a bit of curiosity. Because they don't really get... I mean, some of them do actually get a little scared and walk away. Especially because the last time that surface dwellers came here, well... That's the whole reason you're here.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm fairly certain that I remind them too much of the leader of that gang.
Exactly. So... You guys come to the bottom. You end up stepping foot on the sand. And you're standing in front of the temple. The true temple of Coralie. With large stone pillars surrounding the building. And you do notice two very large doors that seem to open in a... judging from the architecture, Lowry, you can tell they open in a sort of circular manner. Kind of like a revolving door, except there's two of them that open on opposite sides and they just stop halfway. If I'm making any sense. At least that's from what you can tell just by looking at it, because it is Because the design does look very spherical.
Okay. I kind of have an image of it in my head. I think it's I get it.
Yeah, Gadrin starts walking forward, and looks for a knocker of some kind. Because he's fairly certain he can't bring this door down.
No, you don't. Look, right. So you see how it rotates here, right? Right.
Okay. I just don't want to barge in there, considering any gestures to his face.
Oh, that's true, I suppose. Well, I think
maybe one of us should go in first.
I'll go in first. It's fine. I like to think I'm relatively polite.
No, Nora just gives you kind of a glance.
So they'll be like, and what's that supposed to mean, young lady?
You're looking at me like I don't. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant you know what I meant. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, I got it.
Real, I thought.
No, you don't know. You have something that you have the wrong something.
Gadget just sort of pats Lowry on the head.
I'm taking a hole for myself here, aren't I?
Just a bit.
Well, with where we are now, I don't know that you can go much deeper.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lowry's quite polite. Just ask Nor's makeshift horse cart.
That's what I'm saying.
I swear, the moment there's a lull in action, you guys take about 2 minutes to start roasting each other.
Hey, that's what you gotta do. That's what builds bonds.
Yeah, I know.
Is it though?
I mean, according to most of my friends in life, yes.
Oh, that hits hard. I'm sorry about the horse and cart thing. It just slipped out. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just used to higher quality.
Yeah, better
Yeah, keep digging.
Better
keep
made.
Digging.
Anyway,
You're used to better made things. I'm aware.
As this debate is going on, Gadget just knocks on the door.
Yeah, let's just start going. I think.
You knock on the door, and well, it's hard to make any sort of sound because you're underwater. You're not sure how, but there's something about the door that seems to tighten almost. And at that point, you hear a deep, rumbling voice. Who enters the domain of Quarrels?
Gadget's eyes widened a bit, and he sheepishly says, "Gadget the Bloody and his friends."
Maybe don't introduce yourself with the bloody part.
The bloody. And why have you come here? How did you find this place?
We have been granted permission to enter.
By whom?
Your friend's in the temple up there.
Delphi.
I see. Still, it is not often we get land dwellers in this particular temple. Especially since what happened those few weeks ago.
That's actually why we're down here. We're trying to find those guys so we can put them down.
Is that so?
Yes. Yeah, Gatrin says without a hint of his showboating.
Are you all being honest?
Gadrin just quietly nods.
Yeah, we like to think we are.
Oh, you like to think you are. But is that what you really are? Or are you deceiving even yourselves?
If you take issue with what we're saying, we can just get up and go.
No. Those who come here and are not worthy will face a consequence. But if you are, you say you are, and your quest is truly what you say, then I shall be an ally to you. But first, it is unwise to merely trust words. Perhaps it's best if I take a look for myself. And you see the doors to open, revealing that they weren't actually doors.
Was it an eyelid?
Yes.
Oh.
You see a large, and when I say large, I mean several times the size of Gadrin. Yep, just a large yellow eye with a black pupil, staring at all of you at once.
Yeah, I think I like being down here.
Can I have you guys roll an Arcana check? No, religion check.
I get the same modifier either way.
And once again, Gadget proves to be the most devout of the bunch.
Wah, wah.
Sorry, you cut out for me then. Are we making
aside from Kai,
Yeah,
are we meant to be
as
making a
has,
roll?
as has
Sorry.
been
Okay.
Religion.
Lowry.
religion.
Religion. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As has been established, Kai did pay attention in school.
Yeah, he was quite fascinated by creation myths. He likes his mythology, which I can relate to.
And Gadget knows a lot about Corley specifically.
Yeah, he knows about the things of the ocean. Gadrin, you've heard tales of this, but Kai, you know for sure what this is. You've seen writings from ancient seafaring texts. During the war against Fareed, the 8 gods employed quite a few tactics. Many of them ended up creating some creatures of which there is only one in existence, but they display immense power. The eye that is currently staring all of you down belongs to the most powerful creature ever created by Cora Lee. Her prime guardian. The one who guards this temple. Scourge of the oceans and all evil that dares step foot on the sea. This is a creature known simply as the Kraken.
I really thought you were about to say Tim.
No, we already have a Tim. No, this is the Kraken. That is its name. That is how it is known. That is how it is feared.
Kyle kind of... Oh. You are the Kraken.
I thought that I looked familiar.
You are knowledgeable of my existence.
It's
interesting.
It's taught us it's taught as legend all over. Well, I don't know about all over the country, but it's taught in legend far from here.
The sea shanties written about you.
Yes, I've heard them. Quite catchy. But that is beside the point. Who I am will only matter during your last moments, if it comes to that. What must be discovered now is who you truly are.
I'll give a sidelong glance to Nor. Just
And he will actually look to Nor as well and go, Changeling, it is unwise to hide your true self when questioned about your own morality.
Nor will kind of quickly drop his thing. He's like, sorry, really, it just kind of... It's been that way for so long that I just kind of forget.
he has his reasons to hide them.
The mark on your eye. I have seen it before. The man who came here before, who took advantage of my absence.
Gadrin instantly puts together what he's saying and clenches his fist.
But I'm asked if we are determining honesty. I have had... Delphi has contacted me before and told me what she found about you. So I must ask you, while I will not condemn your hiding during your time in the surface world, I must simply ask, why?
Well, to be honest, hiding from the ones this relates to, and he'll kind of point to the mark.
You know of Dragok?
Where?
I know him better than he does.
I fear to think that it's a bit bigger than just the one. Apparently, he'll kind of look over to Gadron.
Gadrin takes a deep breath, exhales, stares at Kraken's eye, and says, "Dragok is the man who is my father."
I will get to that in a moment, Gadron. But first, I must deal with the changeling.
Gadron nods and steps back.
You have not yet answered my question. Why do you hide your true self?
I hide from, like I said, the one that gave me this mark.
And who is that?
I don't know her name.
What do you know of her?
Pale white hair, usually hooded, seemingly powerful with magic of some kind.
Can't I just be looking in slight puzzlement? You know all of this?
I think I may have failed to mention before, we had a bit of an encounter with her, and he'll kind of look over to Lowry.
I can confirm that it was intense to say the least.
Didn't want to say anything, as as you remember, there was quite a bit going on at the time, and
It was also just very personal to you as well, I think.
but I fear her grip is something I don't even fully understand myself. She wasn't. We thought that was actually her there, but it wasn't. But even despite her not physically being there, power and of influence, it drowns everything else out. Like being paralyzed and your body moving on its own against any thought or will that you may have. It's actually why and he'll kind of go back to his, like, start reaching for his bag and then stuff. It's like the book I got from the library. I was hoping I'd find something in it to help with it. But that's why I hide my form, even though he kind of looks down. It didn't matter. She knew who it was right away. She's known our. Then I kind of look at the rest of the party. She's known our presence in the stroke and what we've been doing.
So how do you know?
She immediately had recognized that it was me, despite looking nothing like myself, and even said she was expecting me.
And how long ago was this?
That was Shadington, when we freed everyone.
This was before we even met Quadruin, I think.
No, this is right
Yeah.
after you met me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the pieces instantly click together for Gadrin. That's why you were so rattled.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of look back towards the Kraken thing. And that is why I hide. Even if it's pointless, it's against her, it's pointless, but those she may work for, or that work for her, at least it'll not give me away immediately.
So
I
you
don't want to go
hide.
back.
You hide not to deceive, but to protect.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
And if this white-haired being recognized your friends and put them in danger, what would you do?
It'll kind of look down and think for a moment. I suppose I do what I must.
And what must you do?
There's no reason that they should suffer for what I've done, what's come for me.
Sacrifice yourself for your friends here.
They'll nod.
No, no, you've never spoken about this before. You can't. You mustn't feel like you. We'll talk about this later.
You do see a very large tentacle creep out the shadows, and it just gently caresses your cheek, Nor, and you can hear the voice go, "You are brave, more than you think." I know you have spent many months in fear. You are capable of overcoming it. Just remember, trust whoever you can, especially these three.
He'll kind of look at everyone, nod.
Sir, is acceptable. And he moves on. Lowry and
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
from what I've heard, everyone here has a particular personal reason to be a part of this fight. But why are you with them still? Was your father not saved?
Well, I. I don't know myself, to be honest. I suppose on one hand, it's just I need to be out and away from home now. I've grown somewhat, and this is just something to do. But on the other hand, or at least that's how it started. But now these guys are my family. Like, to leave them would take just as much emotional, as much. It would be just as hard as it would be to leave my father at this point. They mean so much to me, and I don't. And I just enjoy being with them. Right? Do I need any other reason?
You can you can see somehow just by looking into this eye. You can't but tell, but you can somehow you can tell the Kraken is smiling to himself. No. Fight for the sake of your friends. Selflessly. There are few causes more noble than that.
Thank you.
And you, Kai.
I just kind of meet meet the Kraken's gaze, kind of steely-eyed.
You used to be so scared of what you were becoming. And yet now, you have faced dangers far greater than most your age.
It was my
Yet,
it was my fate, I suppose.
yet, I sense in you a growing darkness.
Kai seems very uneasy as he just slowly nods at that.
I understand what the bladed vipers did to your home, to your friend.
They took away the one place on this whole damned continent that was meant to be a safe haven, and the safety meant everything to all of those hundreds of people, and Blade of the Vipers took that away.
Understand. But you let that cloud your judgment? Will you let it overtake your thoughts? Will you
I
allow it to consume you?
I and sometimes I fear that I already am. I know it's wrong. I know anger shouldn't be my reasoning for doing what I do, but when I'm when I'm in front of when I'm in front of someone who's responsible for something like this, nothing else matters except making them pay.
Is that what the citizens of Prospax would want?
I just kind of shakes his head. That
Would your
too,
bear
in the moment, becomes meaningless.
the will of your friends and family is meaningless to
Of
your
course not.
own desire?
Of course not. But in in such moments, I lose control. Nothing means anything anymore.
There are many parts of you that are already difficult to control. You must not let any more become a part of you.
So says you. So says the disembodied voice of my dreams.
And are they not right? You can, as the sea itself begins to shake.
They are.
Then do not dismiss our words as mere babblings of old men. I have been here since the dawn of Quadruin itself. I know, better than most, how much destruction a single broken heart can bring. I view Kai of Prospax. Do not let this anger consume you. The next
I
time you find yourself in this situation, remember, what would your family want? What would the citizens of Prospax want? What would your three friends want?
Kai nods, but you can tell that his resolve is very shaken. Like he's not very confident in himself on this particular matter, and it's probably quite plain to see to everyone there.
Not even bothering with the insight check. If everyone else can
Yeah,
see, there is for sure for a fact the Kraken can see.
yeah.
You are still young. You will learn in time. But make it sooner rather than later. Or else that vision will come true.
You know, you know about that?
Delphi sent me what you saw. It is
Do
what
you
you
know?
fear most.
Do you know who made me see that?
He just simply looks at you and says, "What Delphi showed me was taken straight from your own mind. If you do not know who told you, then neither do I. What I can
I just
tell,
kind of nods.
it is someone old and almost as ancient as myself. But I cannot say more than that." And finally, he
Kai nods, just once again seeming very shaken.
and now he turns to Gadrin. As you mentioned before, this Dragok is your father.
Gadrin nods. And by the barest of margins, all he ever did for me was, was give me to my mother. Everything else he's ever done has been to spite me, to cause harm, to do everything that that goes against what I believe in.
Yes, I can see. Every mention of the man fills you with rage. And yet, I can also see that there is something reining that in. Tell me, what was your mother like?
Gadrin seems slightly taken aback by the question, gives it some thought, and then says,
She was wonderful. She taught she taught me how to be kind. She taught me some of the songs that her family used to sing. I don't remember much of her. She left me when I was 6 for for the sea. I keep hoping one day that she'll come back, but it's been 30 years. I don't know.
I think Lowry might go over and just kind of, at the very least, hold Gadron's hand to comfort him a bit, because he sounds like he's struggling.
Gadrin gratefully accepts the handhold.
Never before have I seen such a powerful counterbalance. Both love and hatred. Yin and yang. What you said about your father, what he did to you, well, that is not the only thing that fuels your hatred, is it? You hate what he did to her.
Gadrin nods. I still remember one particular night when I was 4. I can't get the screaming out of my head.
He looks towards all 4 of you now. While some of you are still processing some powerful emotions, your capacity to love and empathize is there. Among the gods, Coralie, by nature, is of the most accepting of them all. After all, love can come from all places. After all, even I'm capable of feeling it. You have permission to enter the temple, Coralie. And the eye backs away from the archway. And as it goes away, you can see the silhouette of a giant mix of an octopus and a squid, whose larger tentacles seem to crackle with bits of electricity as it slowly floats away and sticks itself to the roof of the now vacant, well, not vacant, but of the now available temple.
Gaijin sort of shakes himself out of the stupor that he was just in, and you just, well, look at that, it's open, and just sort of starts to faux confidence walk into the door.
Before we go on, I'm just going to say everyone gets fucking inspiration for that.
Hey,
You'll deserve that. That was amazing.
That'll come in handy next time I'm throwing death saving.
Next time we're failing rolls.
Ever the optimist.
To be fair, I don't think you have to be a pessimist to say that Nor will at some point in the future make death saving throws.
I'm not being a pessimist, I'm being a realist. It's like if you flip a coin 30 times and 29 times it comes up heads, you're going to say, there's a good chance it's going to come up heads again.
See, you're not being a realist then, you're being a statistician.
Well, what's more realistic than statistics?
Lies.
Dan Bly's answer.
Statisticians are just realists with a budget.
Exactly.
Anyway, D&D.
So you walk in, and the place is covered wall to wall with the most beautiful aquatic plants, coral, anemones you have ever seen. And the same creatures from outside are now peering in, seeing all of you walk in. The Kraken is crawling across the roof just above all of you. And it's a good thing the temple is big because the Kraken is massive. You thought the eye was big. The rest of his body dwarfs several buildings. Like, it is about the size of Kai, Lowry, and Nor. You remember the castle from Cornbrook where you guys were almost arrested? He's about that size.
Why do I remember that?
Yeah. He's about the size of that. And the temple's even bigger, but very spacious. It's designed very similarly to a traditional cathedral from the inside. You can see there's an aisle with several benches made out of very old driftwood that is currently growing all kinds of plants and algae. And at the very end of it are 3 statues. The first of which, at the very back, is a Loxodon statue with her arms, both of them raised high up, that seem to be cusping at something. But there's nothing there. And underneath her hands are 2 more statues. On the left, an Aasimar in shining armor, made out of pure white marble. And on the right, made out of a dark onyx, is a tiefling with long flowing hair and robes that seem to fade away into nothing. Would you guys like to make a religion check?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
sure.
was about to ask.
'No idea.
22.
My proficiency in religion check says
Idea.
No. You're aware of Coralie when it comes to the ocean.
Oh, damn.
Nye, you pay close attention. Lowry, you pay close attention to the looks that the Aasimar and the tiefling are giving each other, and you've seen this once in a picture your father once showed you. Because yes, he's known how to invent a photograph, deal with it. That is a... you remember your father has told you this story many times, and Kai, you've read this story before, of course. This is the place that, before the temple sunk to the bottom of the ocean, so soon after the war with Vareed, this is where Coralie officially wed Neos and Mornox together. This was the first wedding of Quadruin.
Right.
So, as you can say, there's a reason why this is the official birthplace of love.
Yeah. Do I notice anything unusual about the statues?
There is the way that Kai, you remember in the paintings you've seen that normally Coralie's hands are supposed to be holding something. You remember there being some sort of conch shell in her hands, but as you can see, they're empty.
I kind of nods in understanding. I think I know what has been stolen.
And he decides to test you and just ask you what it is.
It is a shell, a conch.
Yes. The Union Conch.
Does the name ring a bell for me?
Roll another religion check.
What? Yeah, I was gonna ask, what do I know of the conch?
Because you rolled pretty high. You've heard of this conch before, Gadron. As part of a one story you once heard in passing at a tavern. Something about the Banes of Devastation. Kai, you've read about these before. The Banes of Devastation. There are 8. 1 for each god. Of all the various magical items that have been created throughout Quadruin's long history, these have never been matched in power or rarity. They never have been matched before now, and they never will be. They are the signature items of each god, each of them being used as their great weapon during their war against Vareed, back in the dawn of time.
I'll say another. He'll just say a Prospaxian curse. More. And then just kind of turn to the others. Dragox, not to alarm you all, but Dragox is wielding the powers of a god.
Gad. Yeah,
How is that supposed to not alarm us?
Gadget just shakes his head. Alright, guess I'm gonna have to almost die to kill it.
To be fair, didn't they say that he's not capable of using it to its full extent?
And so I said almost
did.
die. If he could use it to its full extent, he would kill me, probably.
But he's trying to find someone who can.
Indeed. And the Kraken starts crawling down the wall to approach you. The Union Conch is a powerful item, but it can only be used by people who embody both of her ideals. This Dragok, while he is a fine sailor, his capacity for love is non-existent.
Noah kind of raises his hand. Well, what exactly do you mean in both her ideals?
The ocean and love, if we're following this.
That is correct. The Union Conch has levels of power. To be used by a mortal, they must prove themselves worthy of unlocking its further forms. Until they can truly wield the powers granted by Coralie herself. The mere fact that he has it in the first place is a disgrace on my part. See, I do not spend my entire days here. Every once in a while, I must leave this place to make sure the evils of the ocean do not become too great. I am a guardian of the shores and of the depth. However, only those in the temple above and those who live here know when I am present and when I am not. Yet somehow, this Dragok and his crew knew that I was not here. So like the cowards they are, they snuck in, killed many of my friends and fellow guards, stole the conch, and then fled. I do not know how he figured out how I left when I was gone, but he figured it out somehow.
Gadrin stares up at the ocean. Stares up out the door and clenches both fists before saying,
Well, let's see if we can avenge this little dishonor, eh?
If you would do so, perhaps one of you would be worthy of the conch.
Yeah, if I'll be honest, regardless of who's worthy, I think it belongs down here.
That may be true, but that is not for me to decide. That is for Coralie.
Gadrin nods. He
I suspect that the Tritons on the surface can give you a handful more details, but I'm afraid I have given you all I can.
It's more than enough, Mr. Kraken.
My thanks. Remember, your hatred is not what defines you. It is who you love and who drives you forward.
Gadrin gives a sort of gives a look to each of his companions in turn.
The Kraken just nods in response to that. Now go. Your potions will be wearing off soon.
Gadget has a sudden thought. So how am I going to swim out of here?
Just wait outside the temple.
Gadget nods in understanding.
All right. Let's see if we can find Dragok. Come on.
And starts much more obviously confidently walking out.
No, kind of give a nod to the Kraken and kind of hastily head out.
Yeah, so we'll kind of.
Okay,
Are
and
you
you guys head back out to where you initially landed. And the Kraken comes out of a roof of the temple, swims somewhat above you and starts swimming in a circle. Slowly at first, but seems to accelerate. and you can see it starts using its electricity-tipped tentacles to just suddenly launch itself forwards at moments. So before long, he is spinning around you over and over, faster and faster, until you notice the current around you start to spin as well. And you find yourself slowly lifted off the ground. First Lowry, then Nor, then Kai, and then little bit later, Gadron. You start going slowly and slowly, but then faster and faster and faster until you are spinning your way up through a makeshift whirlpool heading up towards the surface once again. And you are launched out of the ocean, sent flying through the air before landing back on the cliff face where you first dove off. Can I ask you guys to quickly make a comm save?
God, no. I break both my legs.
Hey! I finally did it. I finally got a decent roll.
Look at me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you were just like, yeah, you stick landing. You were just like, let's do that again.
Yeah, that's exactly where mine was going.
Lowry, still need yours.
Yeah, sorry, it's because I'm doing it on mobile, so it takes ages
Yeah.
to type out.
Oh yeah, true.
Autocorrect is not fun.
Yeah, autocorrect is a bit of a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, please, it doesn't want to take this long.
I feel like you gotta just disable it when you're doing this.
Is there a way to do that?
I think so. It should be somewhere within
Within
somewhere
something?
within the settings. Okay,
There we go.
everyone's fine. No one gets motion sickness.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you guys fail, yeah, Gadron, you are fine.
Woo!
I mean,
Let's do that again.
Doro kind of slowly turned towards Gadron. Gadron, don't take offense to this, but I hate the ocean.
Gadget just sort of pats him on the head. I expect nothing less from an there. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of looks the other parameters like, I'm not the only one, right? This is just
It wasn't pleasant, to say the least. No. But hate is quite a strong word, though.
it's not just the big kraken, it's the fish people.
Indeed. I'll just try to turn to North. Indeed, you might want to watch your wording in the presence of the goddess of love.
Not to
Yeah,
mention
kind
the
of
fact
like
that
get
you are
raised because he's
currently
like-
in a temple occupied by said fish people.
Well, hold on. You said we were on the cliffside. We're not in the temple.
Yeah, but it's open on all sides. Sound travels quite easily, both in and out.
No, just kind of like get ready to say, it's just like, The movement, the constant movement's not nice either. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
See,
So yeah, the head priest. Did I tell you what his name was? I'm not sure I did.
Aaron, I know you told us Delphi was the
Yeah,
one who brought us in.
Delphi was the one. Yeah, Delphi is there talking to the head priest, and she looks up and she seems surprised seeing you guys. And goes, "Wow, did you speak to the guardian?"
Gadget nods. Well, quite a nice guy he is.
Nor throw his disguise back up here.
Oh yeah.
try and lay low here, just like flip the hood and be like,
Yeah. The head priest goes, "For those he deems worthy, yes, he is a powerful ally indeed. Of course, if you had not been deemed worthy, you would have suffered a fate worse than death."
Is that not a bit extreme for the goddess of, love?
Yes, but remember, she is also the god of the ocean. And that is something that changes its mood almost every minute.
Yeah, Gadget nods.
Sometimes more than once.
Love is a fickle thing, after all. If it wasn't, divorce would not be a thing.
Gadget thinks of something else that wouldn't be a thing either.
Right, yeah. He goes, so, I take it he has given you permission to hunt down the conch.
Gadget nods. Do you have any idea where the thieves headed?
I was going to save this for last just in case, but when he came back to the ship, while he has not unlocked all the powers of the conch yet, there is one power he has obtained. As he got there, as many of our guards tried to attack him, he raised the conch into the air, and the next thing we knew, the ship sunk to the ocean and disappeared. One of the conch's abilities is to warp people to any other part of the ocean they desire. So as for where they are now, I could not possibly tell you.
Gadget's fist clenches for a moment. He takes a deep breath. You're always running when he should have stayed. Well, thanks for the help anyway.
Still, I am concerned. The fact that he figured out how to get to the temple and avoid the Kraken is concerning. I do not know if he figured it out or his voice. You notice his voice trails off.
Gadget.
Traitor in your midst.
What did you say, no?
A possible traitor in your midst.
You can see that Delphi visibly trembles at that, and you can see the high priest just sigh. It is not something I wanted to consider, but it may be so. Besides, the way it's been planned, he does not seem like the type of... no offense, but he does not seem like the type of person to make an elaborate plan.
Oh, trust me, he's not.
So he must have had help from somewhere else, someone he is working with, or perhaps working for.
Gadrin looks at Nor and notes. Given what Mr. Kraken said, I think we know who he's working for.
Is that so?
The Bladed Vipers.
Yeah, no, okay.
No, not Bladed Vipers. It was the one that Nor worked for weren't the Bladed Vipers.
The Deceptors.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I knew Gadget made that connection, like, in the game, so just wanted to make sure it's accurate. He goes, well, I cannot advise you too much as to where to go next, but please, be safe.
Hey, don't worry. We can't die.
What?
Nor just kind of like looks at Gadron, then looks back at Kai and Lowry, just like, like he just mouths squeak.
Kai is kind of sharing his expression.
Gadron, even if you think you can't die, we definitely can. We've come closer multiple times. Please don't.
Gadget puts a hand on
Please
her
don't.
shoulder and just says,
As long as I'm here, none of you are gonna die. Trust me on it.
Gatron's out here speaking French, saying we.
"We are in Mistroke."
Hmm.
That's true. He goes, well, your ship is where you left it.
Yeah, Gadget nods. Thank you. Yeah, Gadget then turns to the rest of his party. All right, let's catch a let's catch a shell thief.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. Going up against what is basically a demigod, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I think you guys are forgetting another key part that we don't know where he is. He can move anywhere there's water, thanks to the shell.
Again, I'm sure it'll be fine.
We'll find him. There's only so many ways you can run.
The problem is when you can literally run anywhere you want at any moment. I think it might be a bit brash of us to just chase him down.
Well, what do you suggest we do then?
I he kind of like tenses for a minute. So we could always go over his head. We know now that he is working for someone.
Yeah, Gadget notices the look change in Nora's face and just like,
Oh. You don't have to do that if you don't feel like.
I mean, whatever I'm doing, it's not like it's not already known. I have a feeling that one way or another, we would have to cross this bridge.
Gadrin puts his hand on Nora's shoulder and just says, I don't know if I can I don't know if you're I don't know if I like this, but I'll be with you.
I do have an idea of where we may be able to look. But it's came up a few times now. I think our best shot at a sort of a verbal hotspot would be Swordbreak.
Gadrin nods. Well, then let's get going. And so Gadrin's gonna.
Yeah,
And so Gadrin starts walking out of the temple.
I think going is the best idea we've had all day, and I'll start to follow him.
Yeah, I kind of will do the same.
Before heading out, Nora's gonna kind of go to the side here and talk with the cleric priest. I forget her name. I've just completely blinked.
Sorry.
What was the name of the cleric priest here?
Delphi?
Yes, Nord like to have go to the side here. I'm sure you recall the visions that you saw, the woman's white hair and all that.
Of course.
In this book I've been reading, here it mentions that sometimes clerics, and among others, can provide things that would help protect one's mind from invasion, so to speak. You wouldn't by chance happen to do anything like that, would you?
She sort of looks at the book for a second and looks to you, and very sadly shakes her head. I'm quite sorry, but I'm afraid I am still only I'm not quite that advanced as a priest. Besides, the whole point of being a priest of Quarrels means keeping your mind open. If I did that to you, it would unfortunately go against my teachings.
I understand. And it'll kind of give a bit of a somber nod and head out to meet up with everyone else again.
I think the rest of us are, gone at this point.
Okay, and you guys head back. You start heading down the hill, which is easier compared to when walking uphill, especially for Kai. So as you guys make your way, down. The plesiosaurs and the myrmidon are still waiting, and the armored figure looks towards you and goes, "So the clerk can esteem you worthy."
Gadgeon nods. And we think we have a way to find those thieves.
Oh, that is very reassuring indeed. I must apologize for doubting you before. But
It's fine.
I'm sure you could understand with the situation.
Of course. And then someone shows up looking like, and he gestures to his face, this.
I should not judge people on their appearance. But after all, this was no simple treasure being stolen. This is one of the 8 greatest artifacts on the planet.
Gadgeon nods. Don't you worry. We'll get it back.
He nods. My plesiosaurs will take you back to the ship. Once you are on, the whirlpool will disappear, and you may continue whichever direction you wish.
Thank you. Gadgeon then climbs up onto the plesiosaur and beckons everyone to hop on.
Nope.
We have lost now.
Larry.
Oh, no.
Welcome back.
Just lost connection for a second.
We can't
You
hear
there?
you if you're
You still
talking.
there?
Night?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
we can hear you.
Yes.
Everything cut out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
what did I miss?
will be nice. So you guys step onto the plesiosaurs, and they gently carry you back to the ship. And you climb back up, and you can see the crew members are still doing their work. One sight that kind of catches your eye is Franklin is sort of just patting Barnaby on the side. Barnaby himself is leaning over the other side of what you were climbing on.
Hey, Franklin. We're back.
Is Barnaby all right?
Turns out stomach don't work so well with whirlpools. And you see Barnaby just kind of turns around as he hears your voice, and you can see his mouth is slightly covered in some sort of yellowish goop.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Barnaby. Oh.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't leave a guard in front of the fruit. We got a little bit hungry, and Well, that's what happens when you eat too much too fast.
Gadget gives a stern look at the twins. It's just like, all right, next time keep a better eye on the fruit.
They just kind of look down shamefully.
Um,
Yeah, and
So, did you find out who you're going to marry or what?
Gadget shoots Franklin a dark look and
He just kind of shrugs. Hey, you're a temple of love. If I were you, I'd take that opportunity lickety split. Especially since I ain't got that much longer left.
yeah, Gadget. Well, that's fine and dandy, but at the moment we've been charged to find a magic conch.
Nor kind of nudge Gadron. Well, once that's all said and done, I know of at least someone that fancies you.
Gadget just sort of smacks Nora on the back of the head.
Okay, you know what? Roll to attack just to see how much damage that does. Because I imagine that you really just go, shut the fuck up.
Just like a reflexive.
14. What's your AC?
Let me see. I think I have a greater AC. I've got 16.
Okay, so
I get preemptively expecting it, just kind of.
yeah, but no, Gadron was really just going out like, because that's not something you want to talk about ever.
Yep. But anyway, and he looks to the map guy. Where's the nearest port to Swordbreak?
He kind of just widens his eyes and he goes, Swordbreak, you see? Oh, that's quite a ways away. It's not exactly a port, you see. It's not too far from the ocean, but it's right on the border between Mistrock and Blackladder. We're kind of on the wrong side of the continent here.
Well, looks like we're in for a month for sailing then.
And Franklin kind of chuckles at that. Well, that may not be quite so simple as that. And he kind of, he does like a little whistle. And, he raises his hand and Ospey lands on it.
Oh, hey, Ospey.
See, I figured that that your dad would be a little hard to find. If he managed to find a magic conch, I can't imagine it got that much easier. But that being said, I've been doing a little bit of back and forth between myself and the people in Prospax. Been talking a little bit with the Mayor Gravrexen, I believe he called himself.
What did they say?
Well, they mentioned that should it be necessary, they should be able to. That the moment all that they. Well, perhaps it's better if I just show you. He opens his hand to reveal a little crystal. He goes, these little crystals here, myself and anybody nearby, if we use them, we should be able to just warp back to Prospax whenever we wish. That way we can relay any sort of important information.
Yeah, Gadget seems to spend a moment trying to figure out how that would work and then just shakes his head.
It's magic, Gadget. Don't question it.
Right, of course.
Wow, that'll be really useful.
As for the boat, we'd have to talk about that with that priestess. I can't remember her name right now, but she'll be useful.
Gadrin sort of looks to the sky contemplatively.
So what you're saying is we could shortcut to Prospax and then head to Swordbreak from there?
Just
A little more complicated than that. We go to Prospax, then we come back here, and with the priestess, she warps the boat over to the nearest port near Swordbreak, if that's what we're planning. It is Swordbreak, right?
Yeah, it is short break.
Right, that makes things easier. We go back to Swordbreak, and after that, well, you do what you need to do.
Yeah, Gadrin nods, finally seeing the threads.
All right. What do you guys think?
I think time
Yeah,
is
that-
of the essence.
Agreed.
I think that sounds like a decent plan as well. But yeah, we should get on it as soon as possible.
Gadget nods. But let's do it.
All right, everyone, put your hands on mine.
Yeah, I do so.
That's just lovely.
And north.
Okay.
I does not.
Karras
Guys,
used to put his hand
guys,
anywhere
you
near
know what?
Gadrin's.
You don't want to go back to Prospax? Are you insane? That's your home.
You can get your sweets and everything that you've been deprived of for months.
You get the pastry.
This just said the only people who want to go back to their friend's hometown are the people who aren't their friend.
No, I think we should go to Skaswax first.
There's less people there.
Alright, hate to interrupt this, but I need to use the restroom real quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, while we're in a bit of a pause here, I realized something the other day.
What?
Pretty much every action Nor has taken has been out of a fear.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
He does nothing but live perpetually in fear.
True.
It's like that one fake quote, like, "Oh, I'm always running. The question is, from what?" I need to scroll back and find that because there's a lot.
Oh yeah.
The only way to find out is to stop, and I don't dare.
By the way, that D&D random character generator,
Yeah.
I found out if you scroll down more, it'll actually give you a lot more information.
Oh.
Like it'll give you like a bit of a pre-life thing about like background for your character, some adversaries, benefactors, why they became what they became, things like that.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Nice.
And
Oh.
I've wound up with a character concept that I have fallen in love with.
That's actually really good. I like that.
I'm going through the class things, and one of the benefactor ones was for my for the rogue thief is a druid once helped you out of a tight spot. Now any random animal you see could be that benefactor, perhaps come to claim a return favor.
I have several questions.
I found out that randomized character creator, you can see a lot more about the randomized character as you go further down.
I'm just imagining it's just like that he's sleeping and this ant comes up to you and it's just like, "Bruce, it's been 5 years. You still owe me $16."
Boy.
So, as you guys place your hand onto Franklin's, the crystals glow, and there is a shimmering blue light before you no longer find yourselves on the deck of a ship. You are now just in front of the mayor's office.
I'm never gonna get used to that, are I?
And there are two people who are in front of the door who both have very different reactions. One of them, three of you recognize as Velnis Pinerush, one of the Centaur Guard, and the other one is Commander of the Prospaxian Guard, Bastion, the Warforged. Velnis just jumps up and rears her front legs in the air in fear, while Bastion just kind of looks at you somewhat nonplussed. Velnis is just like, what in the... Sweet God's beer, what the hell? What? How'd you get...
Kai just laughs. Missed you too.
Don't scare me like that. That's... Meanwhile, Bastion just looks at you, nonplussed, and goes, I see the crystals arrived with your turtle friend.
Yeah.
It did indeed.
Yeah, Gadget sort of waves at Bastion. Hi, I'm Gadget.
He kind of nods. I believe we've met.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think we talked much.
Last I recall, you were all in quite the rush.
Yeah.
Last time we saw each other, you were heading to a theater.
Yeah, Gadget nods and gives Larry a bit of a look.
Feels like a damned lifetime ago.
Yeah, no.
You do seem far stronger.
Kai kind of grins broadly at that. You could say that.
And he basically knocks on the door. The mayor wished to speak with you the moment you arrived here. He knocks on the door and opens it. And sure enough, the mayor is sitting at his desk. As a quick reminder, the mayor is also a half-orc like Gadrin, except he's dressed far smarter. He's wearing a three-piece suit with glasses, and his hair is tied back in a very small ponytail. Like you'd almost just think he's a slightly larger than average man, if it weren't for the green skin and very large tusks.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
He pushes his glasses back up and smiles and goes, "Please, call me Charles. And, all of you have a seat." He, beckons you all to the same glass table where three of you first sat all the way back in session 2. Which was nearly a year ago now. What the fuck?
How far we've come.
I know, God. So
I can find the exact date.
Also, weird.
Gadget just sort of awkwardly sits at the open seat, wondering why everyone's treating it with such reverence.
Forgive us, Gadron. It's just been a long time.
So as you guys sit down, and he says, he starts pouring out a few drinks. He asks you what sort of drinks you'd like.
Yeah, a little bit of coffee, perhaps.
That's understandable.
Just water's fine for me, thanks.
Takes a few things
I'll
out
kind
the
of
cabinet.
I'll kind of like look over. Could I have some lemonade? What was the lady, the Loxodon lady's name again?
Looking for that. I've got to go all the way back to like the early fucking notes.
Page 1. There's just like a single.
Session 1 plan. Like we're so far behind. This was back when I actually numbered the sessions, and now I'm just like, because nowadays the actual sessions that happen, usually it ends up lasting half of that, or I end up doing 2 of those sessions at once. I'm just like, fuck it, no more numbering.
See, this is character development as a DM.
Yeah, I know. I've grown so much in this year. I've become so much better at the art of fuck it. Okay, but to answer your question, the Loxodon you're thinking of is Hathy.
Yeah, so I'll go. Can I have some lemonade, like Hathy makes?
Look at you, I always keep some in stock. She knows how to make it well.
Kai grins very widely at that.
That's right, guy's got like the biggest sweet tooth. It's adorable. Well, as he sets all the drinks down and eventually says, "Well, I suppose last time I saw you, y'all were heading to Athena to see Lowry's father. How did that go?"
It went really well, actually. There were, obviously a few bumps along the way, but it all ended out okay in the end. I'm very happy with
And is he
yeah.
doing all right?
Oh, yeah, Dad's doing fine. He's just kind of working, as he always is. Keeping busy.
Yeah, he nods quietly. Yes. And, Nor, how goes your, journey of self-discovery, shall we say?
Well, yeah, I'll kind of nod over to Gadron. It's like he's more than aware at this point.
Yes, that slipped out. I should be more careful. Either way.
But to answer your question, well, a lot has came to light. We're actually going to be heading to Swordbreak.
He kind of raises his eyebrow. And why is that?
Well, as we've been pulling at each of these ends of string, they all seem to lead back to the same knot, so to speak. And it just seems that is the next place where we will find our answers.
Let's see. Well, I'm personally not familiar with Swordbreak, although I seem to remember Wyatt telling me about it before. Wyatt, in case you need a reminder, is the Dragonborn bartender from the Dragon Tavern. The guy who gave you the first jump scare of the campaign.
First of many.
Yeah, and that one was comedic. The one right afterwards wasn't.
Indeed.
He goes, I believe he's been there at least once in his travels. I couldn't tell you how much he knows about it, but still, maybe ask him. He'll know more than I do. Can't say I'm all that familiar with places outside of Prospax. I didn't spend that much long in Swags before my mother took me here. Now look where I am.
Yeah, the mayor we all know and love.
That second word fills me with joy. For that, you get an extra glass of lemonade.
High grunts once again.
And speaking of which, Kai, how's that magic coming along?
Quite well. I will refrain from demonstrating because, well, you know.
He's exploded on us twice now.
Nora kind of hit the back of Gadron's head like.
He goes, well, I see you're not 100% confident yet. Well, that's understandable.
It's coming.
He's confident in his ability to break things, but less to make sure he doesn't break us during the process.
I see. Well, as long as you're aiming it right, that's fine by me. Just don't burn down any more buildings, and I think we're gonna be okay. I will say, There's quite a few people who've been asking about you.
Hmm.
None more so
Oh.
than both your parents and Behrend.
Hmm.
All three of them have been up my,
Hmm.
been on my
Well,
back for.
I unfortunately I've not managed to deliver Baron's heirloom yet, but perhaps in the next destination.
Well, then, well, if I remember correctly, he said it belonged to. Where did? You'll have to ask him yourself. That
it
is something I
was
suggest you doing before you guys leave for sword break.
his
You can
sister, I
spend some
believe.
time here. Take as much time as you need to relax.
Probably quite a bit after these experiences. Kaiser's
Mm.
glancing over at the rest of the
You
party.
have to fill me in on the details soon. In the meantime, Mr. Gadrin, I believe we've only met once for a very brief time. What's your story in all this? How did y'all meet? It was on the way to Shadington, if I remember correctly.
Gadget nods. We happen to be in the same town that. Yeah, we happen to be in the same town that that some kind of weird cult of logic problems was meeting. We drove him out, and I saw I'd let him tag along, and then there was a Shadington business, Larry's dad, and then after that, some old full orc pirates started running amok, and so that's what we've been trying to do for the past few weeks or so.
His face goes through a few different expressions. During the as you're mentioning the Eastmore incident, his mind he kind of nods silently as you say cult of. That's why he's nodding silently. But then you say the word logic problems, and his face immediately just goes like, "Wait, what the fuck?" He doesn't say that, but his face is very confused.
Noticing this, Kyle just kind of don't ask. Really, just don't.
he thinks for a second, but he goes like, "It's like there's probably more to it than that." But he's very astute. He knows that Gadrin's type of personality is that like there's like just take it as it is. It's not worth asking. But it's the mention of full orc pirates that kind of that adds a little bit of fear in his eyes. Full orc pirates, you say?
Gadget nods. Led by Dragok the Uncompromising.
Dragok the Uncompromising. Yeah, I've heard that name before.
Gadget nods.
Yeah, I've heard stories about it. Back when my mother and father were still together before she left with me. My father used to tell me stories about him. He used to be a part of the same tribe. But his lust for power became too much. And so he left. Stole a boat. And soon we heard stories of him ransacking the coast and sometimes further in. He was... well, he's a nasty piece of work.
Don't I know it?
He looks at you. Seems like you got a more personal experience with him.
Gadget nods and just quietly notes. He's the reason my mother's in the sea.
He just nods quietly. Well, thank you for keeping me updated on all this. It's, given how long it's been, I suggest you, meet up with as many old friends as you can. Unfortunately, Joy and Dritz have left the place, But all the other people from the carnival are still around.
Kai grins. Actually, we met them a few a few weeks back on
You.
the
Oh,
road.
that's wonderful.
They seemed happy.
Yeah, they'd always wanted to travel the world. They can't keep their entertainment in one place for long.
Yeah.
Joy's always been a bit of a visionaire, and Dritz, well, he can't keep still for more than 5 seconds.
I don't think I could have put it any better myself.
Well, you know them almost as long as I have. Still, if you have anything else you need to tell me, let me know, and I'll do the same. And if you're not around in Prospax, don't worry. Your turtle friend will be there to fill me in on the details. That osprey of yours, damn fast.
Yeah, Gadget nods with a bit of a grin.
Okay. And what would you like to do now?
I think, well, you probably guessed the first person Kai is going to pay a visit to.
Mommy and Daddy, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go visit the bartender to try and figure out what Swordbreak's all about.
I
Okay.
will also go with Gadron.
I might go
That's
as well. I'd quite like to meet the old Dragon Ball.
You're going to get kicked out of the bar again.
Maybe.
I can't remember. Have you actually paid him back?
I think I paid partly. Like it was half the debt.
Okay. You still got something to pay left though. Luckily,
Yep.
you should have enough money by now.
Maybe.
As
I
long
can't
as we're
remember
not
how much-
factoring in
I thought you-
compound interest.
Yeah, I can't remember how much it actually was.
I got it written down.
Let me see.
Let me see where I had it written. The debt is 22.5 gold right now.
22.5. That's it.
Yep.
Wow. So it was only
That
50
was-
gold at first.
That was a
seems
lot of money. That was a lot of money to us in session 1.
Yeah.
True, and it is only for a bar. It's not like you've like wrecked a mansion.
Or, burn down a theater.
What?
All right,
Who would do that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Some
who
reckless
does that?
kid.
Someone would just absolutely no control, no self control. It's incredible.
Yeah, I really like Naram, that too.
So, Kai, you head to your house that you've spent most of your life in, and you're standing in front of it. What would you like to do?
I'm not gonna knock. I'm just gonna go in.
You open the door. You can see your mother is in the front, in the main lounge, just near the hallway, and she turns to look at you, and about half a second later, she is just slammed into you, her arms across your shoulders. Kai, you're back.
I'll return the hug.
Yeah. Almost immediately, you find the hug suddenly gets even tighter as your father joins in, and there are just tears drenching the floor now. You go, where have you been so far? You left so soon after coming back last time, and you're back so suddenly. You didn't even leave a message. You didn't go. Where have you been?
Sorry, it was urgent last time. A friend's father needed help.
Of course, you're a. Your father kind of laughs and and just kind of backed you on the shoulder a bit. That's right, you're a hero now. First,
You could say that.
you saved the population of Prospax, and then next thing you know, you're saving people's fathers. Ah, whatever next with you, guy.
Maybe it'll be you on the.
Yeah. That would be quite awkward considering the situation at hand.
But
Uh,
how've things been holding up back here?
uh, your mother just kind of brings you into the lounge. No, no. What happened with us is not important right now. First, you had to tell us about you. What are you, what have you been up to since you last came? You said you had to help your father. You had to be more specific. Where did you go? What did you find?
Well, Athenia, first of all. He's kind of racking his brain, trying to think about, like, where to start.
Yeah, because there has been a lot of shit.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it was, Lowry, if you remember her father had been framed for killing her mother, and we had
Oh my.
to go and represent him to the court of Athania. Bunch of stuck-up bastards, I'm telling you.
Yeah, your father's amazing. He's like, you went to Sarsarin?
We did.
Wow. What's that place like? Must be
Um,
beautiful.
beautiful if you're into massive wastes of resources and everything being constructed out of crystal.
Ah, yes, that sounds like an Athenian sort of thing. At least his father's like, no, I've never been there.
Hmm. Yeah, I I must confess, I did not have a particularly favorable first impression of the elves.
I see. What about your magic? Have you figured out where it's from yet?
Kai kind of begins to say something, then hesitates more than a little. No,
Right?
it's complicated, but ultimately, what matters is no, I don't know.
Do you mean complicated?
It's very complicated. Something something to do with the gods and some magic thing. I I do have one question. Tom, what was that name I found in the Project Apophis notebook?
It was uh Taina Jutson.
Does the name does the name Tainer mean anything to you?
Your father kind of uh hit the curious smile on his face vanishes, and there is just shock. Now, Taina, I
You know, you know her?
yes. What? Where did you Where did you hear her name?
It was in a notebook I picked up from a certain place, sort of magical laboratory, if you will.
Laboratory. She did say she was working. She used to work in. But that. And you found her. He just kind of slumps back in his chair, taken aback.
What? Who is she?
She's. Well, pretty bluntly, she's my sister. Your aunt.
I nod. And
And. Well, it's, Despite our knowledge, I have not seen her since you were born.
And what
She,
I need to know more.
well, she, you can see he's, trying to rack his brain at this point. It's been such a long time, and after what she told me, I never thought she told me she had to leave very suddenly. She did not tell me exactly why. All she did was, well, she just told me what happened, and she left.
What happened?
I can't say. Where did she say she went to? He was thinking. I was, let me see here. It was. Was it? No, it was not there. It was somewhat very isolated. Far away. She never. It was not in a town. It was somewhere. Somewhere in. Somewhere in the. Yes, it was in the plain. So it's something in the plains of Vaglad. That's it. Yes,
Bug.
that is where she's somewhere there. I don't. She didn't tell me where exactly. I get the feeling she did not want to be found, but I imagine if you can somehow find her, if she's still alive.
I think she. I suspect she might owe me an explanation of some kind.
Both your parents kind of look at each other, and they go, and your mum goes, "What are you planning?"
I'm, as of now, nothing. I need to know more before I can make any plans.
Your mother just goes, "Well, don't do anything rash."
I kind of regard her with kind of a slightly quizzical look. And you feel the need to say that? Do you know something?
And she goes, "Well, the last time you did something rash, you murdered a man. So, just be careful."
Kai probably somewhat concerningly to them smiles at that as if recalling a happy memory.
They just kind of back away. They go, "Guy, that's not something funny. Even if those people were not good, that you can't. Just killing people is dangerous."
Hmm. Believe me, I know. And yeah, there's kind of probably a new kind of steely quality to his voice that they might not have heard before.
Your father goes, "I'm starting to wonder if these adventurers of yours are a good idea."
Well, they're the life that was chosen for me, it seems.
You go, "Well, if you find her, let her know we're still thinking of her."
Stuff they shall.
Cut to the entrance to the Dragon Tavern.
Mm.
Nor are you? Matt, are you back yet?
I'm gonna take that as a no.
It's a way to go.
And so, well, considering the last word we've had from Matt is BRB.
Yeah. I'd say that's understandable.
And thusly, we wait.
Also, question while we're waiting: how the fuck do people do like art? I'm trying to do some pixel art at the moment, and it is impossible to make it look good. It's
Not
just...
impossible. It just takes far longer than you have the patience for.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate way of saying it.
I don't know. I just do not have like an artist's mind, so I think
My
I just find it incredibly hard to make anything look satisfying to me in any way.
I find it
I
easier
am
on
back.
Oh, you're back.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we
I
go. Okay,
probably
we just
I
had a
probably should
conversation
correct
with
it.
just had a conversation between Kai and his parents, and now we cut to the entrance of the Dragon Tavern.
Gadrin sort of looks at it and appraising it and just how does it compare to the other taverns I've been to?
It is very fancy. It's pretty much the only tavern in available here in Prospax, and you can tell they've gone all out with making it look nice.
Yeah, get
And you of all the taverns you've been in, and you've been in a lot, this one is probably one of the prettiest you've seen.
impressive.
And no, Gantrin, you can't order drinks the normal way here.
Yeah, no, I can tell you that Wyatt is significantly harder to convince than the other patrons you've seen.
Yeah, well, okay, that's not what's on Gadrin's mind right now. At the moment, he's just appraising it and just go, impressive. Wonder if they're compensating for something.
Speaking from experience,
Wow.
this place is just wonderful.
Hey,
Come on, Gatron. I know you're not one for the fancy, but this place is pretty good.
Gadrin looks at Nora, then shrugs and just decides to just open the door. Hello, Dragon Tavern.
You could. Do you guys follow in after him?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys walk in. You can see Wyatt looks up, and his eyes widen a little bit as he sees Nora and Lowry, and he turns to Gadrin, and you can see he doesn't say anything, but in his mind he's just thinking, ugh. One of these loud folks. And he goes, welcome to the Dragon Tavern. Can I help you with anything?
Took one brute out, came back with another.
At least the previous one was quiet.
Come now, Wyatt.
No,
Is that the only welcoming we get?
no. I take it you have what you owe me.
And Nora just kind of as a matter of fact, yes. I'll go ahead and head up to the bar. Kind of pull out his coin, go through it, and he'll set down 30. This should cover current and some future expenses. We'll slide it forward.
He looks at it, and for the first time you've ever seen, he is pleasantly surprised. He goes, well, I never expected you to have this in you, but I have been proven wrong.
Oh, Wyatt, you know I'm a man of my word. I said I'd pay it off. I always keep my word.
Gadrin gives Nora a look.
And he
Now,
goes, Well, I suppose the boss would like to speak with you as well. And he goes, Boss! Our favorite, he rolls his eyes at that word, gambler has come back. And you can see stomping down the stairs, pot-bellied, arms open wide for a hug, is Beerand Casket, owner of the Dragon Tavern.
I'm sorry, beer
Oh,
and casket?
Yes. Can you? He was one of the first characters I came up with. I may have been a little on the nose with his name.
Best character is back.
No, me boy. Oh,
Beerand, my. Oh,
how long has it been since I last saw you?
too long, and it'll kind of embrace him.
Oh my goodness! Look at you. God, and you paid back your debt. My goodness, that's incredible. I knew you had it in you, my boy. I knew you had it in you. Come on, and sit down. And Larry,
Hey.
dear sweet Larry, it's good to meet you too.
It's good
God,
to
nice
see
to
you
see
again,
you.
yeah.
How long? God, we met each other for just a short time, but it feels like we've known each other forever. And you there?
Yeah.
Oh, have a look at you. So you've been eating your greens, that's for sure.
Yeah, Gadget just gives him a look.
So, what's your name? What's your name, my man?
I'm Gadrin.
Quadruin, that's a wonderful name, that. You have to tell me all about yourself when we sat down. Come on. Wait. Do you mind serving us a couple? Wyatt just kind of lays a bit and goes, "They pay first."
Yeah, Gadget.
Hey, Wyatt, I said that was for future stuff as well, didn't I?
He looks down at the money and back at you, and he just kind of sniffs, like just kind of snores, and you can see a little bit of smoke come out of his nostrils.
Now, I'll turn back to Beerand. Now, while I've currently paid off my debts, if you recall, I left something with you so you could practice. I hope you've been practicing because I plan on winning all that money back.
I see. Well, we'll have a little game just for old time's sake, and after that, you have to tell me what you've been up to.
Yeah,
He's like kind of rubbing his hands with the dice in them, and he kind of slows down and goes, "That reminds me, where's Kay?"
He's gone over to see his parents. He'll probably be here quite soon.
Yeah, he nods his head. I see. Well, I hope he makes his way over soon. I'll miss the lad. We've tried hiring a few people, but well, the last one we tried was we'll see for yourself. Well, Wyatt just kind of saw him off. Wasn't quite up to the task. He's been a little. I can't help. He kind of lowers it. I can't help but notice, but apparently Wyatt's been a bit on edge lately. I feel like he didn't take the attack very well.
I imagine most people probably are still a bit on edge as well. Not something that quite goes away overnight.
No. The guard patrols have doubled, at the very least. And pretty much everyone's watching their backs and outside the walls in case someone tries to come over. The new people that moved in have, well, it's dwindled a little bit, shall we say. Still, we're together once again. But now let's revel in our joy in seeing each other again. Hey? My favourite customer. And Wyatt's least favourite, apparently. Ah, but that doesn't matter. You're with me now. Go ahead. Make your roll.
Gadget just noting their the game they're playing with puzzlement is like, what are you doing?
So basically, the the way this works is that they roll dice and whoever gets the higher number wins, and that's literally it. There is no strategy to it as far as I remember.
Oh,
Of course, the
Lowry.
intelligence caster is complaining about the lack of strategy.
And at this point, Nor's just kind of shaking the cup and just, oh, Lowry. This game is a bit more nuanced than that. You just gotta get to know it.
With each word that's coming out of your mouth, that, like, Wyatt's eyes are getting narrower and narrower until by the end of the sentence, he's practically squinting with rage.
Oh, and while he's shaking the thing, he's like, that reminds me. I got this bit of an exotic drink here. It was kind of go to one hand shaking and pull that that drink he had gotten a few ports ago.
Biren, as he was shaking, he just stops and his jaw practically hits the table. Oh, my few damns moss-covered beer, did you obtain that?
Oh, well. It just still rolling the dice on. He's like, well, I've been, practicing as well.
Gadget looks at Nora and just, so you got that by rolling dice?
Oh, you'd be amazed at what you could win by rolling dice. Now,
Yeah.
before
That sounds. I feel like at that moment there is a fourth wall that seems to shake in front of you.
so Biren, how about a drink to coronate this little game?
You know me so well. He immediately gets out a glass that he seemingly had with him this entire time.
Now, while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my dice here.
Oh.
All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what was that straight?
Great flash.
Wow. Okay. Let me just get all my d6s and see what we get.
Now, question:
Yes.
since he's a bit distracted pouring himself a drink,
Yep.
can I, with advantage, re-roll some dice here, or not re-roll them, but a sleight of hand, change a couple numbers?
Well, because he's I mean, you've managed to get on with him so well, but at the same time, Wyatt is watching you like a hawk. So you're allowed to do it, but not with advantage.
All right. Okay, well, with Wyatt watching, it's a bit more tense if I actually want to make the move or not. Well, let me check what my slide. Oh, you know what? I think I'm all right.
That's kind of one of the things.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think even not Lowry and Gadget don't even see that. Like within the blink of an eye, that 2 immediately becomes another 6.
As if it had just continued rolling.
Like you add the 2
I
and
flicked it with
the
the
2
cup
and
as
the
a-
3 are also 6s now. So you get to add another 7 to that. So it's in total it becomes a 31.
31.
And let's see what Biren rolls.
Your move, Biren.
He looks and goes, Grant Hall's left ball sack.
Nor just kind of sits back and crosses his arms, kind of a little bit smugly, but in a friendly manner.
So, let me just tell you what he rolled. He rolled a 5, a 6, and 4 1s.
Oh,
That sleight of hand wasn't even necessary. He rolled a total of 15.
A lead hand, huh?
Looks like it. I guess I'm not getting that drink for myself after all. Shame.
Nah.
Gadget,
Say it, you know what? For old time's sake, and he'll go ahead and pour him a shot of the drink.
You've always been a good friend.
Gadget looks at the dice and just out of curiosity decides to try his hand at rolling them.
You're interested in the game, huh?
Gadget doesn't answer. So I just roll 66, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, you beat me, that's for sure.
Uh,
Talk about beginner's luck.
Yeah,
might make a roller out of you yet.
Gadget just gives Nora a blank look. He's just like, I don't understand what it is. It's just numbers.
Oh, believe me. As it goes on, you learn it's more than just numbers.
As you like sort of cobbling up to Gash and trying to fix him, you can you just audibly hear like a, and you look and you see that sure enough Wyatt is snarling at you, like stop trying to corrupt new customers. Oh no, she got out again.
Well, Wyatt, how about you come try your hand at it? I mean, what could it hurt?
They have other things to worry about.
Mm.
I'm getting
Afraid
mad.
that you'll wind up in debt to me?
I mean,
Afraid I'm afraid my claws are going to wind up in your skull.
Nor just kind of just like deadpan, just kind of like, well, fair's fair. It's not everyone's game.
Yeah,
Get their background.
Gadget just sort of shakes his head at this whole thing.
Yeah, Baron just kind of knows down. Sorry about that. Truth be told, when it comes to these attacks, I've heard him whispering at night. Something about about someone called James.
Would we recognize any name like that?
No,
Okay.
you would not. Apparently, it's someone important to him. I tried asking him, but he doesn't want to budge. I don't know, maybe you guys could give it a try, but well,
Noah kind of peeked back at him. Kind of put his hand in his back of his head. It's like, I'm not sure how much luck I would have with that.
Truth be told, it's not. Truth be told, he does have a fondness for you, if you can believe that. After all, you did pay your debt, so that's gonna cool it down. It's just the dice he doesn't like, He cares about his customers. He doesn't like seeing them swing to old, as he keeps calling it for some reason.
Well, it's not my fault if the luck runs dry.
Gadget turns to Larry and quietly asks, "What's swindle mean?"
It's like to trick someone, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's basically just imagine how Nor interacts with normal people that aren't us, and it's basically just that.
Gadget looks at Nora, then back at Lowry, and then just has a dawning realization of wait, so swindling is like kind of killing people?
It's killing them financially.
Oh, that's an amazing
That's
answer.
That is
That's
an
amazing answer. If I hadn't given you inspiration already, you would have had it right there.
Oh.
That is
Thank you.
beautiful. That is an amazing comeback. Oh, I am loving this session.
Wow. Gadget thinks back to the gold coins that Nor gave Wyatt, and just suddenly something clicks, and just like, oh.
Yeah. I can see it in your eyes. You understand that, right? Yeah.
Gadget just shakes it. So anyway, talking.
Yeah. Now it's onto your part of the bargain. Where have y'all been?
Oh, everywhere really.
Hey, have you been to Vaglad yet?
What was that?
we haven't.
Well, we're gonna be passing by it on our way to some other place.
we've had some urgent things that have been very time sensitive that we've kind of had to keep jumping back and forth between.
Yeah,
I see.
we're slowly getting through our list of things to do.
It does seem to be Hey, yeah, you do look a little bit lagged right now.
It's all part of the fun.
I mean, just today we saw a giant kraken, so that gives you a bit of a window into what we've kind of been running around doing.
Yeah, he goes. The word Kraken, like Wyatt actually looks at you very suddenly. He seems
Nope.
very curious.
Nora kind of look over to him. Come on over, Wyatt. I'm sure your customers will be fine for a bit if you want to hear.
He looks around, and sure enough, there aren't really any customers out at the moment. It's pretty late. So he does come over and go. He takes a chair, sits down, and goes. This Kraken. Where was it found?
Nora kind of look back to Gadron and Lowry. I'll be honest, we've been to so many ports, I don't remember the name of hardly any of them. What was it called?
Well, we didn't really see it as a port, to be honest. We saw it.
It was just off the coast of the Temple of
We-
Glory.
That's the one.
He's looking worried at this point.
Something wrong?
If you Jameson,
Mm-hmm.
would you come with me for a second?
Sure, Wyatt.
And
Kind of
he
lean back to the
brings
table. If I'm not back within like a few minutes, check the cupboards.
Yeah, will do, I suppose.
Gadget sort of. Gadget
You can
just-
tell it's. That's what I say. You can tell he's kind of saying it half jokingly, of like, just because of how Wyatt's remarks earlier.
Gadget sort of mouths what to Lowry.
Don't worry about it. He'll be fine. He was just joking.
Yeah. Gadget just sort of shrugs then.
All right, and I'll go ahead and follow Wyatt.
He brings you to the back room into storage behind the bar. And would you like to join me in secret chat for a bit?
All right.
This is what we call uh-oh.
Something is going down.
Yeah.
I had the dice chat waiting for the initiative roll.
I regret not using the Paracosm secret chat for the for last session, but maybe it raises the stakes a bit now that now and Tom know what's happened to you.
Mm-hmm. I still blame you for that. Yeah, like at the time I blamed myself for being so idiotic with it, but then I realized my idiocy was enabled by you. And thusly I have avoided blaming myself for any part of what happened.
Look, it's not my fault. You didn't stop to think whether the guards, upon being stabbed, would question if the stab was an accident.
Like, with how dismissive they'd been toward replicants up until that point.
Bro, I'm so tired.
I'm tired as well.
I've had to down like half a 2 liter. I've had to down like a. I've downed a liter. It's half a 2 liter bottle, which is a liter. I've downed a liter of lemon to try and keep myself awake.
I am sorry for making you guys stay up so late.
No, this is entirely my fault. I came like 4 hours late to the session or something ridiculous like that.
No,
just
no,
whatever.
we were meant to start at 11:30.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, well, we'll probably finish relatively soon.
Yeah. I don't know, yeah, I've been kind of putting off, I've been putting off bringing Kai into the bar because I'm too tired to roll at the moment.
Yeah, you get the Kraken scene took it all out of you.
Nah, it's 3
yeah,
a.m. over
it's
here.
just 3 a.m., yeah.
The curse of
Oh,
yeah,
what?
the curse of gradual exhaustion.
Yeah, personal time zones. To be fair, I'm pretty impressed. Like Tom was saying, I was pretty impressed we managed to find like a time we could all make, and we stuck to it for so long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is pretty great because you see all sorts of memes of everyone cancels last minute or
Yeah.
they show up 3
Yeah.
minutes late.
And it feels so good that that's just not us.
Mm-hmm. It means that if one of us can't make it for a particular session, we don't have to just leave them behind a session. The way we do it, we can just cancel if someone can't make it.
Yeah, that's true.
And maybe sometimes run a one shot instead.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what's going on in there, because that was very out of nowhere.
They're
Not
probably
dead.
Nor's just dead. The last time we saw Nor, he said, "Look for me in the cupboards if I don't come back."
I mean, the last time I took someone into a secret channel, it was to say, how long should we stay in here so that the others think we're actually doing something?
Oh god, I remember that.
Wait, when was that?
when Gearbox was introduced.
Yeah, well, when we
Oh, yes.
character.
Back when you guys still thought I was Greg Trallhan, the human fighter.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, that was the plot twist of the century.
Yeah, that's still probably my favorite twist I've ever pulled off.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
Hmm.
I'm sad I wasn't recording because I don't record sessions, but
Yeah,
I would have liked to preserve that reaction.
yeah, in hindsight, I should have been recording, but eh.
Oh well.
I mean, yeah, I don't plan on uploading my campaigns anywhere, and I don't have enough free storage to have hundreds of gigabytes of D&D session on my computer.
Because it's all taken up by your notes.
Yep.
It's terabytes worth of D&D now. Oh my god. A co-worker, like a colleague at work recently was telling me about a podcast, which is D&D, but all of the characters are different dad stereotypes.
Oh god.
And I think that sounds amazing.
It does. I mean, yeah. Whenever I play D&D drunk, amazing things happen.
Amazing, amazingly terrifying.
I was. Well, let's put it this way. Ben and I were both drunk during the piano session.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
This leaves me with no context.
Oh wait, have you? I've told I thought I told everyone about the piano session. That's like my favorite D&D story of all time.
Like you might have told it at some point in the past, but but not in those words.
Basically, this was in a campaign I was running a few years ago.
Oh right, the one that made him swear off DMing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
This is one of the
were.
last sessions actually.
It wasn't one of the last ones, but it was closer to the end. It was like kind of between the kind of midway point and the end.
Hmm.
Because I remember it was like December that happened, I think. But yeah,
Yeah.
we were kind of meant to be keeping a low profile because my character was a fugitive. And um we decided one of we'd like picked up a bard who was like a new player who'd just joined the party, and we were in a tavern, and this bard just says to the tavern keep, "Oh, I can play any instrument. Give me any instrument and I'll be able to play it." So the barkeep just points to the piano in the room and just goes, "All right, play that." And this bard, not only can he not play the piano, he has never actually heard of a piano before.
Oh God,
So he
that one
was
I
just
take it.
he was thinking fast, trying to get out of it. And his method of doing so was by going, "What are you talking about? That's not a musical instrument." And then the tavern keeps just like, "What do you mean? I press the keys and it plays music. What is it?" And he's like, "No, no, the keys are for the keys are for getting the resonance right so you can cook the meat." The
Oh
entire
right, I
session,
remember that they somehow. Oh
the
gosh.
entire session just turned into convincing this one tavern owner that a piano was used for cooking meat. And then my character asked for some meat cooked on the piano.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and then yeah, and then one of the other like less chaos prone members of our party realized that if he actually tried to cook meat on a piano, it was very likely he'd burn his entire tavern down, and that was what gave us the absolutely iconic line, "Wait a minute, this isn't a meat piano, this is a vegetable piano."
Oh my god. Oh,
It was
oh
amazing.
dear. With this information, I would like to humbly request that you come to the Darkened Forest session sober.
Yeah. The other times I drink during D&D sessions are when my character gets drunk and I want to stay in character.
Oh dear. That means that Kai's your method acting for Kai has been
Yeah, I've not been able to do it for Kai recently.
yep.
Not that Kai ever was particularly prone to getting drunk in the first place, considering most taverns wouldn't serve him alcohol.
Yep. Imagine the moments that he, Nora introduces him to the special whiskey that that's the day that he starts being able to be drunk again, and he just dies.
Yeah. That would be quite fun. I'm looking forward to when that happens.
Oh dear.
Actually, I could probably do some planning. I've for my one shot tomorrow. I've got a dungeon map to draw out.
Is this the pixel art you were trying to do earlier?
No, the pixel art was just I have a cool character who I want to get art commissioned of, but I was just like, well, I need some kind of a reference, so I'll try and draw something out myself to give a reference for this character, and
Ah, and it's
it
not
was
working out well.
I mean, I don't know. I think I've got a decent looking head at the moment, but a decent looking head does not make a decent looking character.
Yeah, because then you just get then you just get like a Ko from from Avatar.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe I can just send the character to the artist, send like my descriptions to the artist, and hope I'm a good enough writer to kind of convey it all.
I mean, yeah.
This was the character who I mentioned, where we're allowed to come up with like our own races and everything. And I was just very happy with the race I came up with for him.
Hmm.
It's basically kind of this desert people tribe who have very light sensitive skin. So they wear these kind of have you ever played the game Journey?
I've seen it played. So they wear
Yeah,
those kind of tarps around them.
those kind of intricate red and gold robes, and he also has these like crystalline beads, which are actually just glass, but like dyed glass, so they look like crystals, and that's how they kind of cast their spells.
So the dye has magical properties.
Yep. But yeah, I want to get out of my character from that race because I really like him. Oh well, liked the it was for a one shot, so it's over now.
Sad day.
Yeah, but I did have a lot of fun making my character.
I can imagine.
I want more campaigns to do that. Just do literally whatever you want for your character.
I would do that, except it's my first time DMing, so I would
Yeah,
be overwhelmed.
that is fair.
And so
Hey,
I
I'm
make
back.
the rules. Hello, back.
No, I feel. Oh, I will never recover from this joke. What have I missed?
He informed me of the vegetable piano incidents, and then we were talking about
Yeah.
the character that he made for that one shot.
Istral.
Oh, clothy
Yeah,
boy.
I,
Yeah, yeah.
I, I wanna get some art of him.
Oh, that would be sick. Oh, are you? Is that what the pixel art was?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to draw something as like a reference, but yeah, difficult.
I'm wondering if it might be about time for us to start looking for a door in the cabinets.
Perhaps.
Yeah, it's starting to seem like he may be a bit dead. It's been a decent little while. It's been like what, 5, 10 minutes, which in D&D time is like hours.
Yeah, well, no, that's hours in terms of like dialogue. In terms of combat, it's like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, time in D&D is very fluctuating.
Variable.
Yeah,
It's relative.
these guys are taking so long. What is happening in there?
Oh, the
Presumably
longer they
nothing is.
take, the more Ultra I get to play.
That is true. He is, yeah. I think Norm might actually be dead. Rip.
He
Um,
hath been killed.
If
we
I
should
mean,
have a, we should
we should have a funeral.
yeah, we should have a funeral in here while we wait for him.
We are gathered here today.
I'll start sending out invites. We'll get a music bot in with funeral music.
Yeah, we are gathered today to mourn the loss of one Nor. If he lived theoretically, he lived. He didn't quite live his life to his fullest because he kept dying, but
He tried to live his life to the fullest. Come on, let me. Oh, there we go.
But yeah. Oh,
It's
they're
the
back.
bot. Yeah, it's the bot. It's playing funeral music.
Can I play Funeral Doom though?
This doesn't feel very funerally. Oh well, it'll do. Oh,
wait,
I'm
actually, I have
so emotional. This.
actually I have the perfect song for.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so just give me a moment.
grabbing the skulls with the thing is with the grappling hook is so satisfying.
I know, right? When you do it as like it's really nice if you're like
Yeah.
in the middle of something and you just do it as you run past.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! I only needed to hear the first half a second, and I already knew what was coming. This is how could you betray me like this? Like I've been fooled once again. First the hello back, and now this. I'm starting to feel dizzy. I'm gonna collapse.
We
My
could
brain can't
probably.
handle this.
I think. I do reckon Tom's gonna end it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
It's
probably.
pretty late for him too.
It's even later for him, but it's
Imagine the reason he comes over is because he sees I put coffin dance in the rhythm behind.
He just kicks us from the campaign for it.
Oh yeah. Also, no. Did you see that we have lore for the AU now?
The AU.
The
Why?
alternate universe.
the one where Kai's being chased by the specter of death.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No.
I put in the start of the description of this campaign.
Oh, hi guys!
Hello. And it gave me
I have so many
alternate-
questions.
I noticed the funeral music pop up, and I saw it skip, but I never saw the coffin dance come in. So I just imagined walking
is the
back into the
coffin
bar,
dance.
just hearing like a rave going on.
We were having a funeral for Nor.
Well, okay. So they were in there for a long time, and you guys are, and pretty much all of you were unsure about what could have happened.
Is Kai back by this point, or is he still?
Your choice. Your choice. I
Okay.
imagine he came back like in the middle of the conversation.
Yeah, probably. Although, yeah. Although out of character, I'm a little tired right now, so
Yeah, I understand. I
I'd
understand. It's
probably
valid.
I'd probably rather not engage in too much roleplay at the minute.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure like we're gonna end it fairly soon, just after this
Okay.
like, conversation.
Okay.
So you guys basically heard at one point you did hear quite a bit of roaring from Wyatt, from behind the door. You didn't hear what he said, but it was you could tell he was angry, and then there was a long silence again, and then you heard him laugh, and in a few minutes after that, they both come out. Kai, not Kai, sorry. Nor seems a little shaken. And Wyatt, Kai, you've worked with Wyatt for a while.
Yeah.
You've never seen his eyes swollen with tears before.
Oh.
And at the same time, he's smiling.
I'll kind of look between the two of them very quizzically.
Yeah, Beerend is going to look around and say, well, I don't know what kind of drink you slipped him, but it clearly worked.
Yeah, Gadrin just sort of looks at Nor. Is everything all right?
Yeah. We were just having a bit of a discussion.
Just the usual, just no more dice games, that sort of thing. I doubt he'll be able to keep it for long.
And he also shortened my tab that I can build up, unfortunately. But I don't think it's too much of a problem.
Gadrin just
Especially-
blinks at this.
Tom, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we even need to roll insight?
You guys know. And neither does Beerend, because he is he's as naive as a child.
So
That's
So we know there's something up, but he doesn't think there is.
And you guys know that there's clearly been quite an important conversation because you've never heard Wyatt get this riled up before, Kai. And Beerun hasn't the slightest little Scooby.
Ruh-roh.
There you go. Yeah,
Ruh-roh.
indeed. So basically, while you guys were having the conversation, Beerun was basically pestering Kai as to how it's been going with him. He still isn't entirely aware that you can use magic.
Right.
That's kind of been a secret for most people in Prospax.
I mean, I guess a secret for as many people as didn't see me melting a gun.
Well, to be fair, people don't actually understand how that happened.
That is true.
They still think that had something to do with a Bladed Viper's attack going wrong.
Or maybe divine retribution.
Yeah, something like that. The only people who really know what you did, Kai, are your parents, the mayor, and the 2 heads of the guard.
Right, yeah.
And I guess Beckham, but he's gone now. He's not really a part of Prospax.
Do a better life, hopefully.
And Joy and Dritz as well now, I think, but they're not there anymore.
Okay.
Kai, the Stormcaller.
Yeah. Okay, so he's like, so let me get this straight. You entered what do you call it? Laboratory?
Yes.
My goodness, and you fought a chimera.
Yep.
That is
Twice.
twice. And you almost died the first time. The second time, it's the one that died.
Yeah, Gadget sort of beams proudly.
I don't know how you guys managed to come across each other, but it was determined by fate. Must be something Neos himself had stored in the works.
At this point, that wouldn't surprise me. Kai says quite dryly.
Hey. Well, after that little regalia of a story, I can tell you this right now. If you wish to sleep over here, it's on the house.
I think some of my friends might gladly take you up. Personally, I have elsewhere
of
to
course.
sleep.
Got your own house. That's fine. Of course. Oh, by the way, I know you haven't made it to Vaglad yet, but hopefully you'll make it there soon enough.
Yeah, I still have. I'll pull out of the bag. I still have your heirloom.
He looks at it and goes, yes.
For
Well,
your sister, if I recall correct.
Exactly. When you see her, tell her Beerun says hi. Prospax is far less stuffy than Mount Obsidian.
I shall. Yeah, and I kind of laughs at that. So.
And at that point, they pretty much all say their goodbyes. And you guys head to bed. Kai, you head back to your house. Your parents give you one last hug before you go to sleep. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Alright.
I am intrigued about,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
but I won't ask.
Yeah.
Also, I just remembered I have a very important note on my to-do list, which is, Tom, I need you to say, you know how you said those sea shanties are pretty catchy in the Kraken voice?
Yeah.
I need you to actively describe them as bangers for me. I need to hear the Kraken voice as a little banger.
You need a Kraken voice saying they're bangers.
Yeah. Or like a bop or something like that, please. I need this. Like emotional.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I've heard them. They absolutely slap.
Thank you. Thank you.
One last
That
thing for you
filled
before you
that
go to bed.
gaping hole in my heart.
Yeah,
Needed that.
It's fucking late. I need it. It's sad. We can talk about it in text tomorrow. right now.
Yeah.
Of course. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Good night.
Thanks.
Everyone,
Night.
everyone, a good night.
Maybe.